Hello again, friends. It's me, Miss Christina. Today I'm going to share a story with you called Skippyjon Jones by Judy Schachner. Now I have to warn you, this book is silly. It's so silly that the words are silly and tricky, and there are also a lot of really cool Spanish words. I don't speak Spanish. I wish I spoke Spanish. I studied Spanish. It's a language that uses different words and sounds than I'm using right now. And I studied Spanish when I was a teenager in high school. And I haven't studied it very much since then. So I don't know all the Spanish words or how to say all the beautiful Spanish things. And in this story, there is some Spanish, and I'm going to try my best. And the other tricky words that are in here also aren't just Spanish, but they're rhyming words and fast words and songs, and I'm going to do my best but probably make some mistakes, and that's okay. Okay. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Miss Doohiggy's bird bath." Those are bird things. The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "about just what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose or a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippyjon began to bounce. Do you want to bounce with him? Bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head." Oh my. On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. What was that? What do you think he saw in the mirror? So he went up again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a chihuahua." Do you see in that picture? The reflection, his face up here in the mirror, looks like a dog, not a cat. Back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword, he climbed in onto his mouse. Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a mooey soft voice. "My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow, I'm sweet like jello, I get the job done, yes indeedo." It's pretty good. Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippyjon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," said Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." She has some silly names for him. Mr. Fluffernutter? That's not his name. I like it. In fact, Skippyjon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. What is he thinking about? Being a dog? Oh my, he has a good imagination. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterioso band of chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay, caramba! Who goes there?" asked Skippyjon Jones. "We go by the name of Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" I'm El Skippito, the great sword fighter, said Skippyjon Jones. Look at all those dogs. Let's see what they say. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. Why the mosquito, dude? Asked Poquito Tito. I go incognito, said Skippito. Do you like rice and beans? Asked Pintolito. See, I love mice and beans. He might be the dog of our dreams, whispered Rosalita. Perhaps, said Tia Mia, if he knows the secret password. Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear. Achoo Pichu! Bless you, said Don Diego. Gracias, said Skippito. Then it is true, decreed Don Diego. Yip, yippee, yippito! It's the end of Alfredo Besito! Skippito is here! We have nothing to fear! Adios to the bad bumblebito! Oh. Then all of the chimichangos went crazy loco. Oh, they're excited about something. So I wonder who Alfredo Besito is. They need help with that. Let's see. First they had a fiesta. Then they had a siesta. That's a party and a nap. Here we go, the adventure. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great bumblebito for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Besito, whispered the crowd. El blimpo bumblebito bandito. See what I said about the silly words? So he is a bumblebee? That's not nice to the dogs. Sí, said Poquito Tito. The bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, said Skippito, outraged. Ah, sí, Poquito Tito continued. Red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto and jelly too. And now he comes for us, said Poquito. ¿Por qué? asked Skippito. Because we are full of the beans too. Then Don Diego stood tall, in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? said Skippito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Poquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me? said Skippito. Then all the chimichangos turned to Skippito, the great sword fighter. Oh yeah, he's pretending to be a great sword fighter. Can he do it? But poor Skippito had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. Oh, something's coming. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skippito, or it is you the bandito will eato, they cried. Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then in a mooey soft voice he said, My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Besito flew straight for the Skippito, until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Ah, he is a big bumblebee. Holy frijoles, cried Skippito as he thrust his sword into the air. What do you think is going to happen? Yikes. Oh, suddenly, do you see this word? P-O-P, that's the word pop. Can you help me say it? Suddenly, pop, went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword, and quicker than one could say chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Besito, the bumblebito bandito. Oh, he was full of beans. And here they come out. Oh my. I want to know what's happening. Ah! Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippito. Our hero is El Skippyjo. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now he can make our burritos. Ah! Oh, they're super excited. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Benguito, Crashito, Papito, Skippyjo! Oh my. Back in his real room, whoops. More light difficulties. See if I can get it to come back on. And sorry. A lot of light, less light. Okay. All right. Here comes the mom and the sisters because he's playing in his room and he is making what looks like a big old mess. He's having a great imaginary time, isn't he? They came into the kitty boy's room just in time to see Skippyjon's closet exploding. Oh dear. Almost the end. Then out flew Candy, Beanbag Doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippyjon Jones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a mooey soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippyjon and covered his head with furry purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? He's giving him kisses. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippyjon Jones, called his mama. Buenas noches, mis amigos, said Skippyjon Jones. There he goes, off to sleep. Isn't that silly? Oh my. So there were some Spanish words in there, and there were some pretend Spanish words in there. And if you know Spanish, you heard some of them, like muy muy. That means very, very, but it said muy muy soft voice, and that's just all mixed up. It's so silly. I hope you enjoyed this story of our imaginative little cat friend Skippyjon Jones, and I'll see you next time. Bye.